Hello Internet! After reading a bunch of your comments on the last video that is absolutely exploding right now, you have inspired me to go onto a similar subreddit called AntiNatalist. You guys make it seem like if ChildFree was the common cold, this subreddit would be the bubonic plague, but I guess we'll see if y'all are right about that. And sorry about some of the editing mistakes in the last video. I cut some stuff out and forgot to put the gameplay back in one area and cut the ending, which is why it seemed a little weird, but I'll stop yapping and let's get right to the post. But real quickly, when I was clearing out my Gmail, I found these pictures when I was back on the solar car team back in high school in 2017, and I got a few of my friends to join, and I sent one of my friends this, and he said, "Juvenile detention lineup, who stole the teacher's butt plug?" So I just had to share them with you, and I'll give you a short little summary on all of our suspects. So number one was my redneck friend Carson, who joined the Marines, and he either blocked me or deleted Snapchat because I haven't heard from him in 3 years. He was kind of acting like an asshole towards the end. And two is obviously me, but I look like I strangle cats and eat them in alleyways, not for like nutrition or anything, but just solely for fun. I don't know why, I just look like an absolute psychopath in this picture. But number three was actually my best friend Kobe, and we were friends for 7 years, and then he became a simp for a retarded goth girl drug addict who once told me that she doesn't believe in atoms because she can't see them. I don't even know what to say, but that's a story for another time. Number four, I actually have no idea who this is. He was just in the email along with the others, and that I couldn't fit in, you know. Number five was actually the leader of the solar car team, and in this photo, he looks like he's beta testing fentanyl, and I'm not sure why it was at the time, but he never looked like he got great sleep. But anyway, number six is actually my best friend from kindergarten, and we're still homies today, and the best thing I can say is he finally found a barber to fix his fucked up hairline, and he's just always had terrible luck. I don't know why. Everyone he's gone to for like a few years now has just completely made his hair look awful. Maybe they're trying to fix the mistakes of the last person and just make it worse, but he doesn't look like that anymore. He finally got it fixed. And he was also the top 12 1v1 Rocket League players in the world at one point. His name is Sharif, and he's trying to get back into content. But anyway, tell me who would be the most likely in the comments, and let's go into the posts. Wait, into the post? That doesn't make any sense. Anyway, let's continue. Alright, so we are on r/AntiNatalism, and the first thing you guys know that I like to do is look at the rules. So, look at the top. So AntiNatalism is a group of philosophical ideas that view procreation as unethical, harmful, or otherwise unjustifiable. So can nothing procreate at all? Like not even cells that divide? Are they not allowed to procreate? Is that unethical? I understand their surface level viewpoint, obviously I'm being facetious, but their rules make absolutely no sense. No eugenics. Aren't they essentially like asking for eugenics but for everybody? This seems like a really weird place to draw the line. No pro-mortalism and no pro-game ending content. Even though if you look at all the content, this is basically the most rational conclusion for what should happen to people. And I like how it says no child-free content, no baby hate, and it says no vegan hate either, and no parent hate. Our moral consistency here is just in complete shambles. Like, maybe if they were more based, I would kind of appreciate it more because at least, you know, you have these views, but you can't even like follow through with them because Reddit is so fucking gay of a platform. But anyway, average natalist mindset. I basically resent my 2 kids and think of them as nothing but parasites that stole everything from me. So wait, were these like twins or did you have them one after the other? Like if you don't like kids, why did you have a second? When does this nightmare become rewarding? When does it get better? The fuck is the point of this shit? I get berated by anyone I bring it up with and nobody actually helps even when I reach out, and I didn't sign up for this. I just want to have a beer with the boys. All I do is work and sleep. Now, honestly, before we actually just completely dismiss this, I think emotions to some degree are valid. And to actually resolve issues like this, we can't just shit on the person for like not wanting to be a father or not liking being a father. I mean, some people just aren't really cut out for it, and I'm not saying they should just completely abandon the kids. No, I'm actually advocating for them to push on, but we actually have to find a solution for this person. Now, obviously I can't provide it. I don't know all the details, but if someone comes out to you and reaches out to you about this, I would not suggest, you know, berating them about it. You know, they have probably some legitimate concerns that a lot of parents have that people who don't have kids just can't relate to, or, you know, are not old enough yet. So unless they're just absolutely insane, I'm gonna try to provide at least a little constructive feedback so that this video isn't just dunking on people. But of course, someone said average natalist mindset, which is just completely false. Like, most people don't actually think like this about their kids. Obviously, there's gonna be points where, you know, you may have regrets about some stuff because, I mean, you're just completely changing the path of your life when you get a kid. But I think that's normal. I think that's natural, and people should talk through that instead of being berated or whatever. All right, it wouldn't be Reddit without Trump. $5,000 baby bonus. No amount of money justifies creating unnecessary suffering, especially when consent can never be given, and the cost is a lifetime of hardship they never choose. Thank you. And of course they picked Trump, even though Kamala was also, you know, advocating for some type of, I think it was tax credit for having a child, 5,000, 8,000, I can't remember. But no, Orange Man bad. But anyway, let's address what they were saying. I don't know about you, but if we're thinking about it from the Reddit atheist perspective, right? When you die, nothing's gonna happen, so any amount of suffering that you would have actually suffered, right, is not gonna be even recognized as an experience once you're dead. So I think anyone given the chance at the hardship and the goods and bads or whatever would come to it would obviously take that chance because, I mean, it doesn't matter anyway, right? Like, before you were born, that's what you felt, and then after you were born, that's what you felt. But in this time, we have this, you know, amazing chance to have a lot of crazy experiences that most species in our universe will never, ever, ever, you know, feel. And yeah, it's not going to be fair sometimes, or I might even add a lot of the time. But again, I was glad I was given that chance, and I think most people would too. It may not be the best, you know, foundation for the philosophical argument against it, but I think you guys know what I'm saying. This is beyond messed up. My firstborn who made me want 10 more, and then my secondborn who makes me feel like I have 10. What's the problem here? This is such a lighthearted meme. How is this messed up in any way? To film your child having a tantrum, which is a thing children do, and shame him publicly for likes on Facebook. Why the fuck did you even have children then, idiot? What is this person talking about? And of course, all the comments are evil. You could still leave him at a fire station, evil ass world. I think that's a joke. Come on. I guess I haven't seen the video, but this is like one of the most light-hearted, you know, parent jokes and parent moments that I've seen, you know? I guess you could talk about the morality of recording a child or whatever, but come on, is this really what we're crashing out about? They don't see children as people, just toys to be shown off and complain about when they act up. 197 likes. God, you can really tell these people just have never interacted with children either. Like, not only do they not want kids, but they've just never interacted with any of them in any way. Like, their social awareness is just at rock bottom. I am baffled people don't think it's selfish to bring a child into this world. My parents had it much harder than I did, and I see people suffering on TV in countries like Africa and Sudan, and I am baffled those people are still having children despite how hard it is. I still don't see how these people don't understand. It's the opportunity for life, you know, the opportunity that you can bring someone a lot more joy, because in the end, right, to you, it doesn't even matter anyway. If you're gonna die, you're gonna die, and that's gonna be it, and you'll never remember anything anyway. So I don't see how these people don't follow through with that logical, you know, consistency, because I know most of these people are atheists and that's how they think. But I'm not gonna lie, guys, I'm a little bit more warm to the idea that if you're in some like absolutely completely fucked country that maybe, you know, bringing a kid in to be basically pillaged the entire, like their entire life isn't probably the best idea. But at the same time, the people who complain about this stuff probably live in first world countries anyway, so what the fuck? You have this philosophy, yet you're one of the most privileged people on earth. Like, get the fuck out of here. Life is very much overrated and doesn't work. For as long as I can remember, I haven't understood the concept of life at all. On holidays, everyone was having fun, but I didn't understand why they were smiling and acting like that. Kids were playing and I didn't understand why they were having fun, or what fun was. Everyone shunned me because I didn't smile and I didn't understand the concept of fun. It even, oh my god, dude, is this person 13? Is this some, I'm 14 and this is deeper, whatever the age is? It even got to the point of violence being used against me just because I didn't talk to people, and I still don't understand. Oh, I bet someone like his uncle punched his shoulder and was like, come on sport, get up, you gotta talk to the family. And I still don't understand why everyone wants this life so much and why it's elevated to an absolute. Yes, I'm afraid of dying, but I don't see anything pleasant in life at all. Dude, this guy is either watching too much anime or he just hit like 13 and he's like, holy shit, dude, I'm gonna die one day and what's the point of anything? Why does it work on others so much that they are willing to even pluck someone out of oblivion to sign the new person's death warrant? What the fuck are we talking about? It's so horrifying that I just don't understand why this keeps happening. Why does fun work with others but not me? Holy shit, I'm gonna cut myself on this edge. I gotta leave, I'm sorry. Maybe don't choose to go on Reddit with your life. I know that's hypocritical coming from me, but look, I'm having fun, unlike this guy. Obviously, this guy needs to go out and do something else. I have a life outside of this. But anyway, let's go on top of this year because that was top of this week. But this one has 28,000, so I'm sure we can find some better stuff. My parents in their 20s. We should have a baby. Yes, me in my 20s. I will never contribute to the endless cycle of suffering. Yeah, these people look like they're suffering, alright. Stop ruining it for the rest of us, okay? Way too aware for my age. I swear to God, this guy is not in his 20s. He's probably like 16. And he just broke up with his first girlfriend or something, or I don't know, maybe he didn't even get that far. Maybe he got rejected or something. This is the first step of being an incel, guys. Take notes. A cool couple of people promoting human extinction at a random market in Portland. Yeah, these people are so cool, just look at them. I can't wait to invite them to my next party. Let's see what else it says. Thank you for not breeding. I love the terminology they use too. Reasons given, real reasons, alternatives. Why breed? I mean, this is clearly a dehumanization tactic. Like, this is why they're choosing the language. But this doesn't even make any sense. I have superior human genes. I can't help it. It's a biological urge. Unexamined motivations doesn't recognize an oxymoron. Institutions await those who can't control their biological urges. Live your own life and encourage your parents to do the same. Rent pregnancy simulator. Choose difficult life experiences. I'm gonna let you guys read this, but this just, I don't even know what to say. I'm sure I could track this organization down and find some pretty fucking crazy shit on it. I don't know, if you guys do, let me know in the comments and I'll check it out. This is absurd. This picture is from University of Arizona. Happened yesterday, I think. 6.1 thousand upvotes. Abortion and birth control cause cancer. Women are property. Yes, let's pick the 3 people on Earth who believe this and put them on my Reddit post to justify my insane position. This is great strategy right here. Drive safely, but the biggest harm to kids is placing them into existence. Wow, you're so smart. This intellectual powerhouse living in what looks to be a fucking middle-class neighborhood is really doing humanity a favor here. Great for him. He's about to say his first words. Your selfish desire for symbolic immortality brought me here to suffer as an ornament to be owned and displayed. Who are they actually impressing with this? Life is so much more significant than non-existence that I don't see why they're downplaying it so hard. Like I said, all these people are probably atheists, so what would it matter anyway? I know their entire philosophy is basically based on nihilism. So it seems like all they want to do is just make other people's lives suck for some reason. You're not helping anyone. I doubt these people volunteer. I doubt these people do anything that's actually worth anything to society. I mean, why would you? You have literally no motivation to, given just based on your own philosophy, if you want to call it that. Fake or not, kid's not wrong. I know how babies are made. What I don't know is why. Thank you, Henry, of 6 years old. You know, if a 6-year-old can summarize your moral stance, I don't necessarily understand why you're taking it seriously in any type of way. Like, really, let's follow this. Why anything? Why literally do anything? It doesn't matter to these people. Why even post this? You could extend this to literally anything. Why do anything? It's such a useless philosophy. This is literally the most nonsensical trolley problem I have ever read. It makes literally 0 sense, okay? It's so dumb I'm not even gonna read it. Congrats to South Korea. There are more living 84-year-olds than 1-year-olds in South Korea today. Isn't one of their philosophies that we need to eliminate suffering when this is going to bring really catastrophic problems to Korea and a lot of the people who are innocent and being born, quote unquote? This is just so retarded. You guys can probably do a better job at going through every single nuance, but I think this is why nobody takes this subreddit seriously, or this philosophy, quote unquote. Hey capitalism, how's it going? The Telegraph, keep brain dead women alive and use them as surrogate mothers, suggest doctors. Okay, Medical Association apologizes after academics, so one person, not quote unquote doctors, argued it could become a common way to bring new children into the world. So they didn't even advocate for it. They just said it was a possibility. Jesus fucking Christ. No wonder these people are communists. It's literally a part of the strategy just to kill everyone, either starve them or, I don't know, make it quicker in some type of gulag. It's all starting to make sense now. But how is this directly tied to capitalism? I don't understand. Don't send me dick pics unless there's a vasectomy scar? Jesus Christ. At least this generation is wasting time over the internet rather than giving birth to 8 kids just because they were bored. Is that why people have kids? Because they're bored? This is a new reason. I don't think I've ever talked to anyone who said they just had a kid because they were bored. The idea of having to earn a living implies that by default you don't actually deserve to be alive. I mean, isn't that kind of a no-brainer? We don't have infinite resources or anything, so we have to get the supplies somehow to live, you know? This goes for literally any living creature, whether they wanted to be born or not. Even amoebas have to go out and search for food, like Jesus Christ. How is this so difficult for people to understand? My custom hoops came in and I am screaming. Abortion. I can't have children of my own and this makes me sick. Maybe you can get custom hoops that say infertile or something. Holy shit. Alright, I think that's gonna be enough for today, guys. If you liked the video, like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the patrons. Thank you everybody who has donated at any point in time or has become a member or a patron. I appreciate your support so much, and I will actually be giving even more appreciation because this next video is going to be just for you. So if any of the regular subscribers want to become a patron or member, now is the time because I'm going to start posting very regularly in my either Patreon or membership, so you can choose which platform you want to support me on. Sorry, I was having an aneurysm there. But anyway, I will see you guys soon. Peace.